Greetings, my friends, and welcome to this week's Beating Heart Moment. I'm Fred Johnson, so happy to be with you again as we journey together to explore what we can focus on this week to help enrich our health and well being in body and mind, and in the breath song in spirit. Loe nasa suweiwe, loe nasa suweiwe, loe nasa suweiwe, loe nasa suweiwe. Loe nasa suweiwe, loe nasa suweiwe, loe nasa suweiwe, loe nasa suweiwe. Loe nasa suweiwe, loe nasa suweiwe, loe nasa suweiwe, loe nasa suweiwe. Loe nasa suweiwe is a beautiful mantric chant from the Sankofic mantric library of meditative chant that resonates within our body, within our being, and also connects to our intentionality. And the great Baba Ishangi shared with me that Loe Nasa Suweiwe really means, or it calls the body and it calls our mind to an intentionality to really awaken and connect. Awaken from the inside out and connect. Connect in celebration and acknowledgement, excuse me, of every cell in our being, every cell that makes up our being, every organ of our body, the beautiful beating heart, the beautiful song of the breath, that which makes up who we are. And so we awaken to a flow. It's a call to awaken to a flow, an acknowledgement to call forth the connectedness of every part of our being, from the bottom of our feet to the top of our head, an acknowledgement that we are in flow, that we are breathing, and that the heart is beating, and that every cell of the body is experiencing the full measure of our being. And it's a confirmation of that, a connection to that, a real breathing into that, right? Loe nasa suweiwe, loe nasa suweiwe. Let me give you a phonetic spelling for that, because I really want to invite you this week to really live into this connection to and acknowledgement of and celebration of the full measure of our being. So phonetically spell it this way: lo, L-O, with a long O, lo, and then way, W-A-Y, lo way, and nasa, Nahsah. And if you remember, in one of our earlier times together, and I've utilized the beautiful Sankofic mantra, Anasada. So nasa here, nasa, it's almost an inference or a leaning towards that opening up and surrendering to, right? Low way, to fully open up and receive and acknowledge. Lowe Nasa, Nahshah, and then Su, Su, long U, and then Wai, Way, like the E, like the it, like it, way, it. And it's really important to try to get that rattle in there so that the body will feel it. Remember, the beauty in these mantras is not just what they mean, what they stand for, but how they're felt. Lo na na sa su lo na sa su lo na sa Suwei, lowe nasa, suwei. Beautiful. And so, I invite you to explore that. Again, let's take a look at our golden triangle of health and well-being and healing. So at the anchor, right at the base, is the breath. Right, always the foundation is the breath. And then the west wall of the golden triangle is the frequency and vibration of our intentionality, what we're imaging, what imagery, what intentionality are we connecting to? And that's the intentionality to really awaken, breathe into and awaken and connect to the full measure of our physical being. And then, of course, the east wall is the sounding of that. So if lo, we, na, sa, su, we, and as you do that, just feel where does it resonate and vibrate within you. Lo, and you, lo, we, na, sa, su, we. Find that vibrational or that melody pattern that fits for you. And remember, this is not about singing, so there's no wrong way to do it. In the Sankofic tradition, the Loe Nasa Sue is the melody, but most importantly is to combine the frequency and vibration of your intentionality, this warm, welcoming, awakening to the flow of the full measure of the body is the most important thing. So, give yourself permission if it feels a little awkward, if you still have a little bit of a rattle around your voice, which I invite you to let go of, because your voice is perfect for you. This is not about song, it's really about frequency, vibration, wholeness, right? Creating a sense of balance and alignment, harmonic resonance. So say, and put your hands here. I awaken and listen and feel and celebrate the perfect flow of the full measure of my body. Every cell, every organ, every muscle, all being of my being. I awaken, celebrate, and breathe in to the beautiful awakened flow of all that I am physically and mentally. You can feel that vibration of intention flow. The breath is the ether, the foundation upon which it travels, and the sounding of your beautiful speaking voice will powerfully help you to feel and amplify the alignment of your body, and that is the ultimate goal. So if it feels right to speak and feel your voice moving through your body and in your mind, imagine the millions and trillions of cells that we're made up of, and the beautiful texture of the breath and the frequency and vibration of your voice and every organ of your body speaking into, celebrating, visualizing the fullness of your being, and breathing into wholeness, health, and life enrichment in body and in mind. Loe nasa, sue wei, loe nasa, sue wei, or I awaken to the flow. I breathe into the flow of the fullness of my being, every organ, every cell, the full measure of my being. I feel it, I breathe into it, and I awaken and celebrate wholeness, health, wellness. Does that feel right? Does that feel good for you? So that's my prompt for this week is to awaken. So we're titling it "Awakening to the Full Flow of Our Being." All right, an awakened flow, a beautiful awakened flow, feeling the frequency and vibration of your speaking into the full measure of your being, feeling it, knowing that it helps to amplify your health, knowing that it helps to awaken and support all of the natural medicines of the body. Speak truth, speak wholeness. Allow yourself to do that every day this week. I invite you to do that. And again, it's Loe Nasa Sue Wei. Low, or raise it. Low, or lower it. Loe Nasa Sue Wei. Loe Nasa Sue Wei. Big breath in, big breath out. Have a great week as you celebrate and speak into your being an awakened flow and celebration of the full measure of your physical being. Have a great week. And if you need a reminder, come back here. You got every day you can come back and just be with it. All right. Take care. Have a great week. See you next week.